What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Out of Sync Gaming Podcast, the show where we talk about the games we want to whenever they came out, because that is what we're playing. We'll talk old stuff, we'll talk new stuff, we'll talk everything in between. I am your host, Wicked Gamer UK Allen, but on this episode, you can call me Mother Brain, because I might be the brains of this operation, but I'm definitely not the beauty. And as always, I am joined by the most amazing co-host in the world, Mike Maldy, aka the Screw Attack, everyone's favorite power-up in all of the Metroid games. How you doing, Mike?
I do love a good screw attack.
Easy,
I'm doing well.
easy.
It's Thanksgiving week. I'm ready to get stuffed. And look what I'm wearing, Avi.
Yeah, for the
Look at that
listeners out
sexy
there,
bitch.
Mike is wearing the Metroid shirt that was attained at the San Francisco Nintendo store. Wireframe Samus.
Attained.
Awesome. I mean, it was paid for. It wasn't stolen like the stuff that you steal from the
What?
Nintendo store. Yeah, we know. We heard.
Ninjas are gonna come and get me.
That is such a cool shirt. I think I'm so glad that worked out.
Yeah, I wish she was higher up though.
Yeah, that is true.
She's like below my tit.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
I mean, we've got a great show for you this week, listeners. We are going to spend a little bit of time talking about our favorite Metroid memories, and then we are going to rank every Metroid game, all of them, including Pinball, including Other M. We're going there because we are getting hyped for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which is coming out in just under a week now, almost a week.
I know. I just got my email. I just got my email notification, and the charges have went through from Nintendo. That means everything is. It said your shipment is your order is ready to ship, is what it said. And I'm like, oh my god, am I going to get it early? Wouldn't that be amazing? Because I have to get physical.
Yeah, I had that dilemma, and after you've been showing off the amiibos, how good they look, I was like umming and ahhing this morning or yesterday when I finally decided to buy it. I just went ahead and bought digital because it just was like, oh, whatever, I can't be asked. Because I also like what I want to do, because this is for the next couple of episodes coming. So the next episode after this one, we're going to do initial impressions after playing it for 4 to 5 hours. We're going to jump on the day of release, get some recordings, and get it out for you all to hear our initial thoughts. And then a couple one after that is going to be our full spoiler cast on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So I didn't want to run the risk, though, of like ordering the physical and then it not coming until late, and then only not being able to play. So that just stresses me out. I just want to know it's there and ready to go.
Well, yeah. I'm not that person. I'm going to get the massive mouse pad that comes with it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I do love that the mouse pad is like them trying to push mouse controls on people. It's like,
stop trying to make fetch happen.
Exactly what it is.
I will actually. I do want to try the mouse controls out. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is a Switch 1 game, right?
Sure.
So because 10 years, 8 years in the making. It's for Switch 1, but now it's for
the
Switch
longest game in history's ever development process.
History.
Ever.
And so the mouse controls were a second thought, but they make sense because any first-person shooter could be mouse controllers, And Cyberpunk 2077, which I've been playing, I haven't tried the mouse controls on that, which I feel like they would be very mousy because the game you play on Steam on the computer. So it's designed that way. So I could imagine it's going to be great. But I need to do that with Cyberpunk. I should do that.
The mouse is definitely the thing with the system that's the gimmick with this one, right? Like they shoehorn something in, which is an interesting control scheme, and it makes sense. Like it doesn't get in the way, and it's kind of it registers really well, right, when you turn into mouse mode or when you go into handheld mode or whatever, or, hands-free mode or whatever. But like I don't know. I mean, just the whole, am I ever going to play this where I'm going to need to have a hard surface and, get my Joy-Con and then turn it over on the mouse side and stuff? I like the idea of it because I want to try it, but in practicalities, I just don't know if I'm that kind of, I don't know if I'm mousy enough.
Just listening to that, what you were saying, and if someone had no clue what we were talking about, it sounded so gross. I was like, "Oh my god, turn it over, get that on there, the hard surface, and get my Joy-Con." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Oh, I was just in my mind, I'm like, "Where am I? What is happening?
Oh,
Did I leave that video playing in the background? What is going on here?"
yeah. If you know, you know,
If you
right?
know,
If
you
you know, you
know.
know. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll fuck around with it for a little bit and then, like, probably never do it again, but, I
So I have a
think some of it
question for you.
ask me, "What's up?"
So, to celebrate Metroid Prime
Mhm.
4 Beyond, we are
Yeah.
doing a ranking
Yeah.
of all the Metroid games in history. But I really want to know one thing.
Tell
Are
me.
you celebrating Thanksgiving in the UK?
Oh, well, yeah, because we were recording this, the day before Thanksgiving, but the show will go live on Thanksgiving, so happy holidays, all of you out there that are listening. I hope this is giving you a little bit of a reprieve from all of that wonderful family time that you probably just are eating up. Let's see, no, I'm not gonna do anything tomorrow. I've actually gotta go into the office and work, and
It makes
to be f
work.
well, to be honest, I've lived here for so long, it doesn't really I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving, but it doesn't really register with me that much. Um,
Yeah, when you live in the UK for a long time, you just forget about family.
I love you, family, if you're listening. No, I mean, it's just because listen, I've said this to some of my colleagues, before, and, like, Thanksgiving is basically like a Sunday roast. So, like, over in the UK, if
Mm.
you're not familiar with it, listeners, like, a big thing to do on a Sunday is you go to the pub or you make a big roast, which is effectively like a big piece of meat, like, a chicken, a beef, or whatever with all this trimming. So it's kind
And
of
then you
like
talk trash about everybody there
then
because
you
you're
talk trash about
roasting
everybody,
them.
so you don't give thanks, you just roast
It is
people.
a roast.
So yeah, like, I can scratch that itch of, like, that kind of meal pretty
Any week.
regularly, so but
Yeah,
I
well,
will, like, all of, like, the Pretz or the sandwich shops or whatever, they always have, like, a turkey sandwich
mm,
out this
with
time.
cranberry.
Yeah, with all of that stuff,
Yummy.
so I
Those are
will
so
go
good.
and, grab one of those and, have a little nod to Thanksgiving. What about you, Mike? What are you doing?
Well, I am traveling. I am back home in the United States of America and such
Nice.
as.
And such as?
And I am in Texas and we're doing Thanksgiving and it's going to have all the Thanksgiving things. And I love Thanksgiving because unlike the rest of the world and like regular American white people, we have a normal Thanksgiving like regular American white people, but I don't understand why Americans who have, the American culture, trying to be rude, who have no culture like Mexicans, how on Christmas they had the same exact meal again they just had for Thanksgiving like a month ago. So I'm like, no, like I like Thanksgiving because I actually get to enjoy the Thanksgiving food. And then when Christmas comes, I have tamales. We don't have all that trimmings again.
Oh,
And so I'm just kind of like,
right.
why do white people do the same thing a month later? That's what I've never understood, Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So for me, it's always special because this is the time of the
Oh,
year I get to actually have the turkey and the ham and the stuffing and
right,
this and that.
okay.
And then Christmas, it's a tamale. So
Right, okay.
yeah, I'm trying to say it the least racist
I
way,
was
but
just no I don't I don't know. Okay, well, I hadn't ever thought about it that from that thank you for
it
enlightening me with
literally
that
is the same
multicultural
food.
experience of
It's
Thanksgiving and
literally the same
Christmas.
food.
Uh, well, I guess, I mean, we could go down a whole nother podcast for this. I guess for, like, me growing up, though, like, we always did, you know, turkey for Thanksgiving, and then it was
And
ham
ham
on
on
Christmas,
Christmas.
but
We
you're
do
right, the
both.
sides and stuff were kinda like, kinda there and stuff, but, yeah, good point,
Just because
Why
your
why
cookie
was it
cutter
there?
is now Christmas tree shaped does not give you the right to say this is different. Okay.
Whoa! Don't you come for Christmas cookies, they ain't do nothing to you.
I love Christmas
I
cookies.
love Christmas cookies. Real quick before we transition over into, our favorite Metroid memories, what are your top 3, Thanksgiving dishes that you're looking forward to? Go.
Oh, I thought you were asking listeners. I was expecting them to
Well, you
respond.
2 listeners can
Um,
respond. What are your favorite
I love
Thanksgiving
candied
meals?
yams.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
love, oh, what is that
Marshmallows on
cup you
top?
are using?
Ding, get
Oh
your
my
Odyssey Gaming mug.
god. Get
Plug of
yours
this
at
episode.
odysseygaming.co.uk.
Wait,
I l
candy jams, you put marshmallows on them?
Of course, my mother puts
Mhm.
pecans and
Oh, good
marshmallows,
shout, mom.
and good shout, and then, let's see, what else do I love? I love the ham, I don't care for turkey, so I love the
Okay.
hams, the honey ham, the spiralized, it's my favorite,
So do you do
and all
both?
the
Do a turkey
juice.
and a ham?
We do because
Okay.
'cause on Christmas, we don't do what everybody else does. And then, as we just discussed. So ham, I look forward to. I look at plus it's all like really juicy and all the brown sugars. Oh, so good. And
Mhm.
then the candied yams, and then my mother's stuffing. It's not like any other stuffing I've ever had or that
Yeah.
anybody's ever had. It's delicious. It has sausage in it, and what's crazy is the stuffing's never actually stuffed inside the turkey. It's made as a side. So I don't know why it's
Yeah.
called stuffing, but so yeah, those are the three things I love and look forward to every single year.
Some stuffing is made inside the turkey, though.
Yes,
That's
that's why it's
why
called
it's called
stuffing.
stuffing, so
Ours is not.
Well, Mike, I hope you eat way too much. I hope you fall into a Thanksgiving food coma and you all have the best day with your family. Really enjoy it. Have a wonderful time and eat loads of stuff for me. You can
I
think about
will.
me not having any Thanksgiving.
What are your 3
Yeah.
favorite Thanksgiving dishes that you will not be having this year?
That I won't be having this year. I'm really partial to a good, green bean casserole with crispy
Ooh,
onions.
I do like
You know, the
that.
ones where you use the Campbell's, like, mushroom soup and mix it
Mhm.
all in, so good. Um, Give me always, always, always some really good cheesy mashed potatoes with, like, some
Mm.
herbs mixed in there, and
That's herbs
then
for you,
herbs,
American listeners.
some herbs, and then, gosh, oh gosh, what would be the I need some loads of cranberry sauce. If you have
Oh,
put a whole
yes,
bucket of cranberry sauce on the
some
table.
homemade
Yeah.
cranberries, that's really good.
But I ain't judgmental. Like, you
I
want to
do
get the
like a
stuff
good
out of the
can.
can when it's
It looks
still
like
got the
gelatin.
rounds and the
Mm,
things in it, so good.
that's actually
I
really good too.
It's so good. It's so good. Ooh, ooh, got me excited. Well, yeah, have the best Thanksgiving, and listeners, hope you are having the best Thanksgiving as well. That's enough about Thanksgiving, Mike. We ain't here to talk about
Mhm.
that. Let's talk about some of our favorite Metroid memories. Mike,
Metroid memories.
do you remember the first Metroid you played? How were you introduced to Metroid?
Well, I do actually. It was as a small child in the year 1980 something, 90 maybe. And we were playing the original Metroid
Old
NES,
school?
old
Great.
school. I wasn't allowed to play it, and when I was, it was like, "What are you doing, Mike?" I was like, "I don't know," because I was a child, so I was just watching my brother and his friends play Metroid.
Okay, cool. So you had to
And I
watch
just
the
thought it
older
was
kids
really
play?
cool because everybody was so shocked to find out that Samus is a woman, and that was, like,
Mhm.
mind-blowing at the time, and I was like, "A woman? A girl?" I was like, "I want to play because she's a girl and she can roll into a
Mhm.
ball, and she shoots these bubbles, and the bubbles open up, and that's really exciting," and then so that's all I would
Bloom.
do, I had no idea what I was doing though.
I love that you, like, cut your teeth on the original NES one. That's for me, that's the same base my introduction to it.
Yeah.
My best friend growing up, Sean, he got the game first. I had never heard of it before, and we just were playing it one day at his, I'd go we lived on a cul-de-sac and we'd run into each other's houses all the time. It was pretty cool setup. Anyways, yeah, and he got it one day and we just sat down and started playing it, and I think like we didn't know what we were doing, and eventually we got like a strategy guide or something to help us
Mhm.
out, so we could figure it out.
You had
But
to
like,
because there was no map
oh,
in that game.
it was so obtuse. It was like one of the like stupidest. Like they just literally were like, "Good luck," you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, but they're like, "This is exactly how Samus feels. Go."
Hmm.
She has no map either. Go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, when you put it that way, I mean, we'll talk about it more when we get into doing the ranking. But I think, yeah, it was the kind of experience of going like, oh, this is because everything had been Mario. I don't know if I had
Mhm.
played The Legend of Zelda yet, so it was kind of the first game that I remember going like, oh,
Or Duck Hunt.
this is interesting. Yeah, it was like those kind of things. And this is you don't know where you're going. You find secret power ups, the walls suddenly explode, like, "What's behind this?" So it just became a really fun game that, Sean and I chipped away at playing together,
Yeah.
trying to beat Kraid together, trying to beat Ridley, trying to figure out all the secrets. It was hard, but we loved it. We had such a good time. Absolutely loved it. So, yeah. Classic game. So,
However, my first
yeah.
falling in love with Metroid,
Okay, go on.
I would say my first love would have been, I think it's Prime, but the
Mhm.
3D versions when I first fell in love with it, I
As
would
a
say.
as like a game,
A
as a
GameCube.
series. Yeah,
As a
okay,
game, as a
right.
series, as like, this is
Mhm.
revolutionary in my
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, I think that would be the first time, and then, I played Fusion on the Game Boy Advance, and that was
Yes.
exciting, and I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't the
Mhm.
first part.
Yeah.
I had backtracked to that.
Yeah, so I like we'll talk about this more when we get to it, but the 3D ones, the first person ones are a bit of a black hole for me because I didn't have the GameCube. And
Mhm.
so, I've played a little bit of 2 and 3 when they released them on the Wii trilogy. I haven't, spoiler alert, I haven't played them all the way through. But when Prime Remastered came out, I mean, it just so beautiful. It's such a great game. But I think, you raised the point about, GameCube, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy. I love that it's found its way to like all of the systems in some way, shape, or form. And it's one that like Metroid obsessed Nintendo fans, we love it, right? We
Yes, but
fucking love it.
nobody else
N
cares about it.
What is going on? Why
It's
is that, Mike?
because it's
Why?
too hard, I guess. I
You
don't
think
know.
so?
Maybe they were
Oh,
butthurt from the first one. They're like, "This makes no sense," and so now they're like, "I can't play anymore." But
it's
I do like a good linear game, and some there was a
mhm,
few Metroids that did that, and people didn't like that, uh,
mhm.
and I'm like, "Thank you," because sometimes you just wanna play, you don't wanna think.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like Beyond's gonna be a mixture of both. Explore, but a little bit pushing you and like, "Do
sure.
this."
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, we'll see. The jury we'll find out as soon as we start playing next week, but, I think just overall, regardless, like, I think it's such a special series. I love the fact that they were unabashed by, like, totally basing it on Alien, like,
Mhm.
they were really inspired by it, even, down to pointing out that Samus is a woman, totally based on Ripley, Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver's character. And it just it's one of the it's like one of those series that has so much mystery behind it, but you never really find out stuff about it, and it just for some reason, it really just gets its hook into me, and, like, I wanna know more about the Chozo, I wanna know more about the lore, but they only give you just enough to kinda keep you, like, not
Mhm.
telling the whole story, but, making
I
it
can tell
still,
you about
like
my
yeah.
Chozo.
Oh!
Yes, I did, yes, I did.
Oh, she did. She gonna okay, all right, Chozo, okay. Well, let's not go down that
It's
rabbit
a
hole.
Pokemon. The final evolution
That's
of
the secret
Charizard.
of the Chozos. They're actually the original starter Pokemon that, like,
Yes.
from a different plant. I'm actually kind of into this lore.
From
Could you
Zebus, what is it
imagine
called?
if, like
Zebus?
Zebes, yeah. Could you imagine if Pokemon one day goes to space and actually goes to the planet Zebes
Space
and, like,
Pokemon.
it I'm telling you, this is the mashup that needs to happen.
Mhm.
Whole nother conversation. Okay, let's get into it, Mike. Let's get a
Spoiler alert,
ranking.
Metroids are Pokemon.
Just don't. I wouldn't be able to
Alright, share
the
that screen.
worlds colliding would just,
Share that
go
magic screen sauce.
bonkers. Yeah, okay, here we are. So, we are, gonna be ranking the wonderful Tier Maker is back. I love Tier Maker. Every time,
Yes.
gonna give a good shout out to it.
Show, show.
So, we go in S to D, like before. S is obviously, God tier, the best, and then A, B, C, and the lowest tier is D. Um, let's just kickstart, Mike. Very first Metroid on the NES. What do
Alright.
you think? Where do you think that should live?
It is the original, it is the
Mhm.
OG, so it has
Yep.
a place in all tiers, in all
Mhm.
hearts.
Yep.
Um, but it like I said, it was lacking a map system.
Yep.
Um, the what is I gonna say? It was new. It invented the name Metrovania, right? Like this
Yep.
is where Metroidvania
That's true.
started. Um, the NES Metroid is like watching the very first season of a classic show. Super
Yeah.
important, but a little rough if you start there today.
Right.
So
Okay.
I think Zero Mission, the remake of it, is
Yeah.
made everything better.
Sure.
So this for me, I think is B tier
You think it's
in
B
the
tier.
Metroid world because Zero Mission exists.
Yeah. I my instinct was to put it into C tier,
Ooh, you're
because,
so
like,
harsh.
well, because if you think about it, is like, y y w you can't play the game if you just sat somebody down and said, "Play this game," who's never heard of Metroid before, and it was like, as you say, the first season of video games, because the TV analogy you're trying to make,
Mm,
it's on the NES, and we don't really know what this is all about or the language of it. Like it's almost so like weird and bizarre and unknowing that it's not that playable, and you have to have a guide to play it, or you had to
you
look at
do.
Nintendo Power. So for me, it just felt like it. It, it had some great ideas. It was definitely the first go of it, but, like, it just
I'm just glad they
you
didn't
go
stop.
no, me too. I'm so glad they didn't. I mean, overall, like, drawing me in and wanting to play it, as I was saying earlier, as a kid, I really loved it and I enjoyed all that stuff. But if you look at it now, you just go like, man, that
It's not worth my time
not worth your time.
because you
But
don't have
so
a map and you have to draw your own maps if you want to, or like you said, get a little guidebook.
and we've talked about this before, but that fucking save password system,
Yeah,
how many times did you get one of the characters wrong and then you didn't have your save and you had to go all the way back to something else?
that
Like,
was just miserable.
devastating.
And you had
I'm
no
not
like
gonna
iPhone to snap a picture of it.
you do now. Or there's been like, I think there's been like, maybe I'm making this up in my head, but like I've seen like images on the internet of people's like original NES where they actually like wrote codes on the system itself because that's all
Oh
they had
God.
and they couldn't get it out. But all right. So original Metroid started it all. We'll give you B
Let's
tier,
do it a
Mike.
low
That's
B. There'll be
a
things
low
there'll
B.
be things above it that are in the B tier
Yeah.
if there
Okay.
are.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. We can they're interchangeable.
Yeah. Um, But what a cool, I mean, just the balls of Nintendo to, like, make it a female lead, hide that
Mhm.
secret. There's just so many things, in that, and then, as you say, it started the Metroidvania, so, yeah, okay. Okay, I think I actually agree with you. It is a B. You're right, okay. Metroid 2: Samus Returns on the Game Boy.
Yeah, so this is a Game Boy follow-up where Samus goes to the Metroid homeworld
Mhm,
SR388
mhm.
to wipe them out, those poor Pokemon. But yeah, you literally hunt Metroids one by one, right? This is the like that game.
Yeah, so it's also a direct sequel of the first one, so that's
Yeah, and
interesting because I don't think the rest of them are.
it's really big game for the Game Boy,
Mhm. Oh,
which
for
was
sure.
impressive.
Yeah, you have to work yourself down the layers of this of when you get into the planet further down to get to the kind
Mhm.
of queen of the Metroids. Is it Mother Brain? I don't know if that's what they called her in that, but I can't remember. But
Mm.
um I mean, ambitious for its time. Again, no
Yes,
map system, and playing it on the Game Boy was kind of really hard to see.
and all the tunnel systems were, like, kinda, like, samey, everything was the same.
Mhm. Yeah,
Again, this one is made better by the 3DS remake version
it
of
is.
Samus Returns.
Yeah.
It's the correct way to it's the better way to play it, so you don't even like, these first 2 don't you only go to look at them just to kind of, like, see it as, like, a museum history or if you
Mhm.
wanna
Yeah.
torture yourself.
Yeah.
But, like, there's better ways to play the same story.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think things that it did really well was like, this was one of the first games on the Game Boy that made me go, "Oh my gosh!" Like, you're because Mario Land didn't look like Super Mario Brothers, right? It was
Mm,
like its
okay.
own unique style, and there were some games that kind of looked like Alleyway and other ones that weren't like those were the arcadey games. Those were easy, but this was like an action game that looked like the Nintendo version, right? So,
Mhm.
like, it really made me think like, "Oh my gosh, this is actually like a portable Nintendo. This is so cool."
Yeah,
And in some way, Samus looked even she was huge. The sprite was massive in that game, and she looked almost even a little better than she did on her Nintendo counterpart, but you just couldn't see it at all. It was definitely one of those games where you were like, needed to have the Game Boy light on the whole time or directly under a lamp. It just wasn't
or
clear.
outside in the sun.
Yeah, mhm.
So Metroid
So,
2 has a
yeah.
super important story, but most people would rather hear about it than actually replay the Game Boy version.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, oh, yes, wait, because actually what happens at the end of Metroid 2 is directly linked to Super Metroid, isn't it? That's
Mhm.
right, because yes, that's right.
It's a super
Okay.
important story, but let's just hear about it.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Okay, you ain't gonna play it, so where do you wanna put it?
This is C tier.
C?
Low B, high C, like the truce.
You gotta make some commitment,
Just
Mike.
put it
Where does
in
this go?
C, put
A
it in
C?
C,
Okay.
because
Uh,
it was super ambitious, but, like,
yeah,
the Game Boy just wasn't the right system for it.
yeah. It Yeah, if you're pl okay, if you're playing it on an original Game Boy that has no backlight or anything, for me, it's
Yes.
D tier, but if you play it on, like, the Game Boy Light or, like, a Game Boy
Color
Advance or
or
whatever
advancing
where
it,
you can
yeah.
have the light, then it's a C tier, but we'll keep it in the C tier, that's
Okay,
fine.
low C.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I mean, Super Metroid,
Oh god, D tier instantly. This game is my bleh.
shut your mouth.
It's put
It
it in
is
S tier already, god.
literally,
Put it in S tier.
it's absolutely S tier. I mean, we talked about this on other episodes when we talked about Super Nintendo games,
That's
but
why
this
they
is
called
just
it SNES.
that's why they called it SNES. Yeah, it is
SNES.
so good. This Yoshi's Island 2 and Super Mario World always jump as my favorite Super Nintendo games. Like, it's
Mhm.
just like you ask me on a particular day and it's gonna be Super Metroid sometimes. So freaking good. Did you play it when you were a kid?
No, maybe
No?
later in
Okay.
life.
You did. When did you come to Super Metroid? When did you try it for the first
I don't know. I was like, just did. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. I've tried it more recently than not.
Oh, did
I
you?
do rem so I do remember I don't think we owned it when I was younger,
Mhm.
when we had the Super Nintendo. I do remember renting it from, like,
Okay.
Blockbuster, but it was like, "This is so hard. Oh my god, I can't." And, when you're
Mhm.
young, it's like, it takes you a minute. And then
Oh, yeah.
but then you're, like, really good when you're but we only had it for, like,
Mhm.
the 5-day rental or whatever it was. So,
Yeah.
it wasn't a game that we were, like I mean, we just always just played Super Mario World.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I think it is not yeah, if you're a younger player at the time, it's one of those games that it's not as colorful, it's not as, like, immediately inviting, like, visually, so it did have that sense of, like, being a bit more of, like, an older gamer's game, I suppose,
Mhm.
and, it's not easy, it's definitely one of the more challenging Super Nintendo games, it came into it because I think it came out in '94, if memory serves me right, so I would have been either 13, almost 14 or whatever. Like, it was the perfect age for this game to come into my life, and just the Super Nintendo was firing on all cylinders, like, it was just
Yeah.
good game after good game, and this was just, like, phenomenal. I mean, gosh, we've talked about it a lot. The music, the graphics, the different worlds that you explore all within this
Yeah,
planet.
Zetus is, like,
Yeah.
huge and colorful now,
Yeah.
and the map has a
Map,
legendary map design.
totally.
I do so me experiencing it as adult me now, I can see, like, 100% this is S tier,
Yeah.
like, it's a great game. It's the best game probably, one of the best games on Super Nintendo.
Uh,
There's no other game like it on Super Nintendo, just to tell you that.
mm, no.
'Cause Super
No, it's
Mario
definitely
World
yeah,
is, like, one of the best games as well, but also they're completely different. They're not same at all. There's no
for
same
sure.
formula, nothing.
It's so good. It's so good. And I think other things like, um, mm, I would say, not it's not a perfect game, right? You can go back to it now and it's still really playable and it's still really enjoyable, and you don't necessarily need you could get through it on its own. But the controls were a little bit floaty for me, I think, but you sort of figure them out. Um, but just like all the things it introduced were so good. Just so many good things. I've written a review about it, so go on the website and you can read like more about my review because I just gush about it. It's a total 10 out of 10 game for me. It's just one that it's comfort food. It's like that Thanksgiving bowl of candy GMs. You want to go back and eat it and play it
Mhm.
once a year. Uh, okay,
So this is the one
Metroid.
that everybody points to and says this is the perfect or this is what a perfect Metroidvania looks like,
Yeah,
is Super Metroid.
yeah, definitely. Uh, let's move on to Metroid Prime, first in the first person shooter
What about
series.
Fusion? Didn't Fusion come out before Prime?
Did it? I
They were
don't
both
know.
2002,
We
I
can
thought.
Oh,
Okay, we'll do
no!
Prime
They
first.
came out no, they came out on the same day. I remember this now. They dropped both on the same day. You got the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance game on the exact same day.
Why would they do this to people? That's, like,
They
too much
did.
there's too much to
They
do.
did.
I don't
Because you
even
know
remember
what?
that.
People bought both of them, I'm sure.
Yes,
They
but then it's
totally
like
did.
you were like, "What do I play first? How do I do when do I" it's too much. Backlog instant backlog. I do not like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This is yeah, they both dropped on the same day. So, which one
Okay,
you wanna do
so,
first? Pick your favorite. Which one you wanna do?
um, let's do Fusion first,
Okay, cool. Tell me,
because
what do you think
the
about that?
because the Game Boy Advance was a little older than the GameCube?
I think maybe by like a year or so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's like that would technically be the older version, I
Okay.
guess,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Metroid Prime 4, basically, Metroid Fusion. It's Metroid 4 on Game
Uh-huh.
Boy Advance. Samus gets
Mhm.
infected by a parasite.
Cool.
Was it X, right? Parasite
Yep.
X.
Uh-huh.
And you're stuck on a creepy space station being hunted by SAX, which is your scary copy of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's
So
really cool.
is really cool.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, totally, and yeah, it was this one really tried to, like, lean into the horror elements, I think,
Mhm.
even more with all of that, and I'll never forget, like, playing it and then that moment when the infected version of her turns and looks at the screen and breaks the fourth wall, it got, like, really creepy. There's just a moment where she, like, stops and turns and looks at you. It's like it's so I mean, it's only Game Boy Advance, but, like, it worked really well.
It's called Advance
Um,
for a reason.
it is, yeah, advance fourth wall breaking scary moments. That's what that stands for.
Yeah, I love
Uh,
it because it is
yeah,
a horror, and when you
yeah.
see your scary copy of yourself, you run.
Mhm.
Like, you're like, "Gotta get out of here." Um, people are critics of it. It's an S tier for me, but people are critics of it because it's not a traditional Metroid style,
No.
you just it's more linear, this game, and the AI basically tells you where to go next.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
there's no total freedom, and that's what fans miss, and that's why they put it, like, one step down into the A tier.
Mhm.
But for me, I love a little linear and I love a little, like, tell me what to do, unless
Yeah.
it's annoying voices like Mackenzie, whatever his name was. We'll find out soon. But, like, I'm I'm okay with you telling me, like, "Yeah, go there next." I'm like, "Okay, no problem."
Yeah. I think time has been kind to Metroid Fusion, because when you go back and play it, and I played it maybe probably about 8 months ago or whatever, it it I don't think the sort of guiding you along is that big of a deal.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think it takes yes, it's a slightly different approach, but, like, all of the elements and the ingredients for what you want from a 2D side-scrolling Metroid are there. There's still loads of secrets to find. Um, but I think it's enhanced by the actual, like, internal monologue of Samus as you're going between different places, right? There'll be that, like, text on the screen about what she's thinking and what's going on. And there was something interesting about that because like we weren't hearing her speak or it wasn't like overly like, voiced things. It was just the first time we got a little bit more insight to her character and like started to make her feel more real rather than just a kind
Yeah.
of, a game character that you control. So I really loved it. I played through it several times. Um it just yeah, really good. I'd be happy with an S tier too for you if that's what you want.
Okay, let's on the
Yeah.
lower end of the S tier, though.
Okay. Wait, this
Yeah,
lower end
here
is
you
this way. Got
go.
it. Okay.
I was gonna say too, with this is one of the games I'm looking for on Game Boy Advance.
Mhm.
A real one, of course, and
Cool.
it's one of the more highly sought after ones, and it's a little bit more expensive, and the reason why too is because there wasn't many made because Metroid never did good on their numbers.
Yeah.
They sold millions, but, like, 1 millions instead of, like, 20 million or something crazy like other
Yeah.
games do. But, so that's why it's a little bit more expensive for this game, but I would love to own the actual copy of it.
Yeah. And what a cool cover. I mean, all the Metroid
Mhm,
covers have a real, like, badassness to them, but
mhm,
that one's pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
that's for me, that's the purple Metroid. It's just so purpley, the whole game. There's so
And
much
purple is one of
purple
my
to it.
favorite colors, so
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay, now
Cool.
Metroid Prime,
Metroid
GameCube
Prime.
and remastered on Switch. Those are the same game, one's just remastered, and I do like that they didn't really change anything with the Switch. It's just the same game. Am I
Yeah.
right? Am I right?
Yeah, it's totally
Okay.
totally, absolutely, yeah.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
the
it's
same, just
exactly the same game, it just looks better.
yeah, they I mean, I think they had to, do some new coding in the background for it to run at high def and all that stuff, but I think
But there's
yeah,
no
no,
new mechanics and there's nothing, no story has changed.
no, no,
So it
no.
is the game.
Yep. Tell me, what
Well,
do you think about Metroid Prime?
we all know it's best game.
Do
It's
you think
like,
it
I
is
think
this
it's a
your top of the all of
this is
them?
the one that goes above the Super Metroid for me.
Oh, wow,
This is
okay.
the number
Yeah.
1 game. Actually, no. Well, yes. Oh, so there's a tie.
It's so hard, isn't it? This is the toughest dilemma. It's
This
so
is the
ridiculous.
first 3D Metroid in first person game. You
Mhm.
explore the planet Talon. Talon?
I
Talon?
think so, Talon, yeah,
Talon
Tallon, yeah.
4
Yes, okay.
specifically.
Uh-huh.
And you get to see you scanning everything in the environment. So it's like it's I don't know, I
Yeah.
love all the extra information, all the tidbits and everything. Like you're
Mhm.
like, wonder if I can scan that. You're like, I can.
Mhm.
And I don't know, and you're fighting space pirates, solving puzzles in a big connected
Mhm.
world. And it's just a really beautiful game. It is very frustrating at times though. From the backtracking, especially near the end, you have to go backtrack, and that was upsetting to me. But for the artifacts,
Yeah.
um, but I mean, it's fine. I did it, and but that's like the only complaint I have on that game.
I th Metroid Prime had a lot literally riding on those big ballistic shoulders of Samus's, because
Imagine walking around all day like this.
yeah, such a weird I love it, but it's so weird. Um, the you know, like, this is such a sacred game that everybody loved, and it was like, "You're gonna turn it 3D, like, this is gonna fuck it up." Like,
I
there
just
was
made
just
it
a
better.
there was a lot of worry about it, right? And then there
Mm.
was this unknown studio, Retro Studios down in Austin that Texas, that was, doing this, that people were like, "Who are these people? How did they get this?" How are they, taking one of the most beloved
What
franchises
is
that's
Nintendo
always
thinking?
well, why isn't Nintendo making it was another big question too, right?
Yeah.
So why are they outsourcing this? And oof, but retro, like, bless their heart, like, they really had the whole world like ready to scrutinize this to high hell, and they fucking nailed it, right? Like,
Hmm.
everything, being able to jump the way you can in 3D, I was worried about that, but that works. The way they manage the morph ball is so cool. All those environments are
It's
just
so smooth. The game
it's
is
so
so
smooth.
smooth.
Yeah.
There's no like and my critique for Wind Waker, for example, because I'm playing that as well right now.
Mhm.
I just hate. I don't hate the controls. I hate that he just gets too close to an edge and jumps. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, why is this happening to me? And then you get this game, and it's like, oh, you can control every little movement she makes, and there's no automatic. You're in control.
Mhm.
I wish
Yeah.
they would have did it. So and I'm like, it's in the same system. Why is this game so much better to control? Anyway,
Yeah, really, really good. Just eerie environments. They got the control down, and I love those little effects that you see when it's like when she's breathing heavy and her face
oh,
shows
I love
up or
it.
whatever,
Or when you go into
and
the
all the
menu and you see like the
uh-huh.
eyes for a second. Is that
Yes.
it? Or when you see the eyes, or when you do a big blast, you see like her
Uh-huh.
reflection
Yeah,
in the
it
eyes.
yeah, fights back. And I think just really on the lore part, I think this is where all the Prime series for me just like I love it. I could go
Mhm.
and I wish they sometimes just had scanning mode where you weren't ever gonna have to fight anything, but you could just go around and scan everything as
Yeah.
Samus and just like almost just explore the environment. I wish there was like a little bit of that because I just want to go around and take it all in and look at it. It's just so freaking cool.
I was gonna
So
say this
beautiful.
game is not just a gun game. It's not just a first person shooter. It is
Yeah,
truly an exploration game. You are figuring
absolutely.
out
Yeah.
you're figuring out who these people are that lived here, this civilization. You're figuring out who these pirates are. You're scanning things, you're learning things, you're doing things, you're
Hmm.
exploring around, you're backtracking. And when you figure out something and you're like, oh, it's so good. It's so satisfying.
Yeah. I do I did struggle with on this one, the map system. I think it took a long time for it to click in my head, and but once it did click, it was pretty intuitive, but, it's because it's a 3D map, you can turn it, you can flip it to any angle that you want to try and discover, like, secrets or whatever, but,
Hmm.
that part, every time I push the pause button to see the map, I'm always like, oh, and I have to, really think about it for a minute, so for me, that's my only gripe about the game is I just think the map system is I understand what they're doing with it. It just doesn't click for my brain. And that's not a criticism of the design of it. It's just for my small brain to be able to kind of like figure it out. But yeah, really cool, really great. So is this an S tier?
This is S tier.
I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna put it after Super Metroid. I just think Super Metroid is just
Prime is like
phenomenal.
stepping into Super Metroid.
But it's not better
In
than Super
first
Metroid.
person, it's less shooter, it's more alien archaeology simulator with guns.
But that doesn't mean that it's better.
Fine. 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 It's
It's
fine
sti
with me. I said
it's
it's
still
fine.
S tier. Okay. Um, Zero Mission.
Back to the roots.
Yes.
Back
Yes.
to the roots. This game did basically made the first game playable again.
100%. Yeah.
It made it
Totally.
enjoyable, I should say.
Mhm. Mhm.
A full remake of the original NES Metroid on Game Boy Advance. And you can take it with you. It's
Yeah.
like amazing.
Uh-huh.
Better map, extra in-game content, modern graphics for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you like it?
Well, for all the
I'm
reasons
assuming you
that
do.
they yeah, I do. I do love it. I think it's, it it was so interesting. I love that they went, "Okay, we have a design language with Metroid Fusion that we think we can use to go back and, like, just make the first bit of story that much more enjoyable and, like, flesh it out a little bit more." Because I think even Nintendo probably knew when they looked back at Metroid, they've been like, "Man, that game is not playable. Let's get out a version where, we can get people, really
Excited about it
appreciating." Yeah,
again.
exactly, like,
It
understanding these
fixes
characters
everything that was
more,
annoying
all of those
in the
things,
first
yeah.
one.
I think, in doing that, they also, like I think they over-indexed on kind of, like, where to go and what to do. Because basically, it's still, like, you can go wherever you want, but the game is so clear about, like, after you do something, it goes, "Doo, doo, doo, you're gonna go over here now, and then you're gonna go down here now, and you're gonna go over there now." So,
Mm.
I think they're fine. That didn't really bother me all that much, but there is just a little bit that I was like, "Okay, you've almost made it a little too easy." But you could get through this game in probably like 3 hours or whatever. It's so quick if you know what you're doing.
But they
Um,
did add like
yeah.
what's it called? The stealthy zero
Yes.
suit Samus part towards
It
the
was
end.
so yeah.
It adds
I
personality to Samus and gives her this I don't know, I think it's so cool.
Oh, for sure, totally. Like, it was such a surprise moment, because I recently played it, I had only recently played it this year, and I had no idea about that last bit. So spoiler alert if you haven't played it, sorry. But yeah, there's a
Zero suit
whole
comes from something.
totally, yeah. To see her pop up and, like, to add that additional stealth mode at
Mhm.
that stealth mission at the end was really cool. I loved it. So cool. Um, I would probably put this in A tier. I
I was
don't
gonna
think it's an
say it's
S
sometimes
tier.
S, but the S is gonna get overcrowded soon. So
Yeah.
it's an A tier because it's pretty short
Mhm.
and it's not wow, this changed gaming because I like Super Metroid did.
Yeah,
But it's extremely good remake. So I
for
would give it an
sure.
A tier.
Yeah, and I mean, Nintendo didn't have to do this, but the fact that they've given it to us is great. And if you haven't played it, like, get it on the Nintendo
Don't
Switch
even play the
Online.
original one, just play this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't play the first one on the NES
Play
unless you
this
just
one,
like
it's the
punishment.
modern way to experience Samus's first mission.
100%. Cool. Metroid Prime Echoes, the second one in
Prime
the
2, echoes, echoes, echoes,
Echo,
echoes.
Echo, Echo.
So they're in this one is a really cool concept, right? So there's the light side and the dark side of the
Uh-huh.
ether,
Yeah.
planet ether, and
Mhm.
the light world, dark world, and in the dark world, you're like it's like you're like hurts you, right? When you're like in
Mhm.
dark mode,
Mhm.
and so like standing around is just dangerous. So there's always a tension. You have to like, okay, gotta get through this. Gotta get
Yeah.
through this. I gotta get through this. Um, so I I would say that this one game is probably the hardest out of all Metroid games.
Okay.
It is the hardest bosses, the hardest puzzles, very satisfying if you like a challenge.
Mhm.
The story does dig deeper into like the war of whatever they were called, and
Mm.
it has a darker tone. This game, but I
Yeah.
would say it's very punishing. It's very hard, and
Okay.
for that reason, I don't like it.
So this is a I'm gonna have to go with your vote on this one because I haven't played enough of this one and, Corruption
I
to
do like
know
corruption though.
yeah, to fully be able to kinda say like, "Oh, I would put it in this or that because I only got them so on the Wii U, they released Metroid Prime Trilogy for
Mm.
the Wii. So,
It had Prime
like
1, 2, and then
yeah.
corruption, right? Echoes
Yeah,
and corruption, yeah.
exactly,
I
yeah,
had that on the Wii.
yeah, so if I wanted to play them now, I would have to go hook up my Wii U and do all of that. So I'm holding off doing that because I think, word on the street is that they've already got, Echoes and Corruption, um, as a not as, like, intensely remastered as, Metroid
But it's
Prime
in the
Remastered.
works, it's in the pipeline.
Well, some like people like Jeff Grubb, who, is from Giant Bomb and others have said that it's already done and made from their industry insight, but Nintendo's just sitting on it. Like they're
Are they
just
gonna
waiting for
release
the
it in the
time to release it.
NSO?
They,
They're gonna make money from it.
well, no, they're gonna release it as a game.
Yeah, so we have to
But
pay for it.
oh, 100%, yeah. But well, they could though. I mean, they could put them out on GameCube
That would be
NSO. You never
amazing.
knows. Like, so I'm either waiting for that or I'm waiting for the remasters of those 2
Gotcha.
versions to play it. So where would you wanna put Echoes?
It's A,
A?
low A.
Okay. Low A?
The
Okay.
reason being too, they gave Samus an ammo system with her beam shot. Like, it's unlimited normally, but this
Right.
one is like, you have to like it
Recharge?
added strategy to how you had to
Okay.
use your shots wisely, which no, 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 I
I
don't
mean,
like that.
I applaud Retro, like, trying new things because they could have easily just copied and paste, but they seem like they wanna, like, push the mechanics. They wanna try new things out, but if it veers too far into, like, weird territory, then yeah.
But they do
Was
push copy and paste. Salmon, I don't know how she loses all her abilities every single time. You have to find them again.
okay. So, wait, I just this is, like, one of my favorite conversations of video games. There is, like I I don't care is the
Well, no,
point.
I don't care either. But would you say copy and paste? It's literally what they did,
Well, yeah, but that
and
but
they're
see
still doing.
but that's what
The
we
thing.
know, that's
Yes,
the game, right? Like,
that's the
I
game.
know when I boot up a Metroid game that there is gonna be a point when all the powers are gone and I'm gonna have to find them, and I want to do that. That's why I'm turning a Metroid game on. I don't need no backstory. I don't need to know why. You don't even need to even try and, like, bake it in. I don't give a fuck. I know what's gonna happen, and if that doesn't happen in a Metroid game, I'm gonna be like, "What the JLo? What is going on here? What is this game? Why are you not doing the thing that I need you to do? Because that's what I wanna do." I love it.
Remember
I
that
think it's
game we
great.
played, the New Orleans one, or the one
Yeah,
about
South of
South of
Midnight.
Midnight?
Yeah.
When she lost all her stuff, and I was like, "Oh gosh, now it's Metroid." I had to go find
Yes.
everything again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
hold on.
I just thought about that.
There's a difference when because that is something that games do quite a lot now. They'll
I
let you
know.
build your character up, and then there's a
It's
moment like it
Metroidvania.
happened in Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? When
Oh, when you
you
lost your chick,
when you lost your yeah.
Pauline.
And I find that more irritating than anything. Like, I don't
So
mind
irritating.
starting the game off, and then you have to find all your stuff, but don't make me a badass and then take it all away at the end. Like,
Mm,
that's just so annoying. So
yes,
Metroid,
don't
keep doing it
strip
this
me
way.
down.
Wait, did Echoes also introduce, like, multiplayer? Because I feel like it was that one or Corruption where they
No,
tried to where they
it's a different one, I
it's
believe.
Corruption, yeah.
I
I think it's Corruption
believe.
because, yeah, I
I have
remember
it
that
written
was on
down.
the Wii as well, and it has the Wiimote controls and stuff, so
Yes. I was gonna say Prime 2 is the hard mode for Metroid Prime. It's
okay.
moody, brutal, super cool if you're into pain. That's
Yeah.
that one.
Well, all you masochists is it sadist or masochists? Which one is it?
S&M.
Yeah, all you S&M, get your Metroid Prime Echoes out. Have a good time.
Yes.
Okay,
Now
well,
we're into
Metroid
pinball.
Pinball. Why? I
Okay,
mean,
this is
why?
D tier, but not because it's bad.
Yeah, yes. But
It's not a
why
bad
would
game. It's just a well, because Samus is a ball. So
I
might as well
mean,
use her to shoot her around a pinball game.
yeah, like, I look, fine,
I
but
do want this game, but I don't think it belongs in Metroidvania.
I mean,
in the
I
Metroid
think I
world.
no, I think this one and another one coming up is 2 of them that I just think somebody needs to be taken in the back room and just sat down and gone, "No, no, this is not what we do with Metroid. What are you thinking?" And then but they got it through, like,
This is just pinball, there's no exploration, there's no big story. It's not a proper Metroid adventure, it is
no,
just pinball.
just pinball. And I don't I
It's like
mean,
Mario Kart, though, if you think about it.
it's but
There's no story, there's nothing, it's just
yeah,
Mario
but
Kart.
what
It's
is
just
why
something
is
fun to do in your spare
poor
time.
poor Samus is in a freaking ball the whole time. She can't even stand up and go do what she's meant to do. She's a killing machine. She is not a pachinko plunkin ball,
Spoiler
like, and run
alert, it's
around.
not really Samus, it's her evil suit that was chasing her
Oh,
from Fusion.
from okay, well, um,
I'm just
I
kidding, I'm
mean,
making that
that's
up.
just oh, did you? Okay, I was gonna
I'm
say
just making you
if
feel
that was
better
their
about
lore,
hitting Samus all around the pinball map.
I don't know. If you're a Metroid Prime pinball lover, you know, write in why it's a good game, why it shouldn't
Yeah.
be D tier. Try to convince us because I'm just not sure I'm ever going to believe it. But you
I
know,
just think I just think
celebrate your choices.
For Metroid fans that it's
Yeah,
just something nice to like, okay, well, I have it. I'm gonna
yeah,
collect it because I have to.
sure,
And that's all.
yeah, great. Get
Okay,
you some
next.
pinball. Metro Prime Hunters. Whew, how this game happened is amazing. It's just
This is
it's
the one with online play as well.
and this is the one on the DS. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. It I could not believe it when this was because this was one of the this oh, no, this was a, demo that was released with the DS.
Was it?
And yeah, so you could I think it was released with the DS. They either put a demo out or it was released really closely to the launch of the DS. So it was like one of the first times that we were like, "Oh my god, the DS can do like GameCube style like levels of graphics." It
Mhm.
really pushed some things out. This is the where we got introduced to Silux, right? Or the
Skylar?
bad Skyler.
That's what his name is to me.
What's his I'm never gonna get his name right, but the bad guy in
Silex,
Prime
I think
4,
you're right.
Silux. Yeah, I think this is in the lore, this is where he was introduced is in the games.
So yeah, this added
Yeah,
some lore. It was
yeah,
released between like the timeline between Prime 1 and Prime 2 is
yeah,
when it was not released, but when it was take
yeah,
place, it
in the
sits
timeline.
in that
Yep.
area. Each bounty hunter has their own unique weapons
Mhm.
and abilities, which made versus matches fun.
Mm.
The aiming was clunky because you had to like aim with the
Yep.
stylus while you're like,
Yes.
how do you?
Yeah,
It's
so
very difficult.
yeah, because you would shoot with your,
So you had to like hold your
L1, and then you
DS.
would, like, yes, it was so weird, yeah, it just that whole
It's not essential for story, I think, except for introducing some characters, but, it's not a deep exploration game. The single player campaign is basic
mhm.
and feels like a long tutorial for multiplayer,
Yeah.
is what I've read.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I think a lot of I don't think it reviewed the highest, like, probably in, like, the 70s and maybe high 80s or whatever, but, like, I think it was more just the impressive graphical and capability showcase of the DS.
It's like, "Look what I could
Um,
do."
yeah, and I think, this one and we're gonna talk about Corruption and Other M in a moment. This is the weird control style Metroid series, like, of 3
Mhm.
games. This is when, the DS, everything had to be touchscreen and lean into it, and it didn't it it didn't work. Like, it just wasn't great, so it was actually more of a hindrance than it was fun, but
Yeah.
where do you wanna put this, Mike?
This is C tier
Yeah, I am agreeing with that. Uh,
because graphics were nice.
before Metroid 2 or
After.
after? Okay,
It's
done.
after.
Great. Corruptions, the final
Corruption,
of the
we
3. This one you said you liked? Tell me about it, Mike.
well, you're corrupt. It's the 3rd
Enough
main Prime
said.
game. The 3rd main Prime game on Wii, and you use motion controls to aim,
Yeah.
uh, and travel to multiple planets, and Samus is slowly corrupted by Phazon.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed this game because I liked traveling to other planets.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun, I thought that was cool, very different for a Metroid game, like the exploration part of at least, like you're not just
Mhm.
stuck to one map.
Mhm.
Um, I enjoyed unlike some people, but I really enjoyed the motion controls. I loved my Wii and I loved everything that took complete advantage of what it can do and what it was capable of.
Yeah.
So like Skyward Sword and like Metroid Prime Corruption, it was just pointing and aiming on the Wii felt very natural.
Mhm.
And some people say it's the best controlling Prime game.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like it, but that's also because
Mhm.
because their Wii thing was broken and they were using candles instead. But this game is a more cinematic story, has voice acting, had bigger set
Yes.
pieces. Visiting the planets kept it fresh and visually fresh, and I don't know, I just thought it was good.
Mm. Yeah, it definitely expands the story, as you say, it starts to bring in other this is the one of the few games where there were Samus wasn't alone and isolated, right? There was other
Hmm.
characters that were introduced. So, in some way, this is kind of th Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is literally just building on what Corruptions has done, and I think we
Perhaps,
forget
yeah.
that because of all these ones that were in between and how long it's been.
Hmm.
So, like and I think you're really right to point out the controls. Like it the, this was the perfect like showcase and the little that I played with it, right, when I had it on my Wii U. But this I feel is like the perfect showcase of why the Wiimote and the nunchuck were like the best combo for like
It was so
shooting. It was
weird, but
so
it worked.
amazing.
It
Yeah.
was weird, like you had to hold it like this, but it worked.
Yeah, and once you got that down, like, you felt like a total, like, badass. It
Hmm.
genuinely I think it felt better than the whole idea of, like, you mentioned Legend of Zelda on the Wii, like, those just felt like you were doing this, and even Skyward
Yeah.
Sword, it didn't stick the landing with how accurate it was trying to make you do. This can, and I just almost felt like Samus right away. I was like, "This is badass." It
I
was just
thought it was
perfect.
great.
Yeah.
It was less lonely, like you said. Uh, what was else was I gonna say? Oh, this one again, I think there's a theme coming up with the games I like. It's more linear than
Yeah.
Prime 1 and Prime 2, and the game often tells you, "Go here now." And I'm like,
Okay.
"Thank you very much," because I'm tired of looking around and figuring stuff out. Thank you
Right,
for letting me
okay.
know what to do. I know people hate that
Yeah.
sometimes. I don't like hand holding, but I like to be nudged.
Mhm.
But I don't like to be like, "Oh, I wonder what that up there does." Oh, like, I don't like that. You know,
Yeah, like
don't tell
we
me what to
saw in
do, but
the
show me where to go.
yeah. So I think where the Prime series gets this really right is on, Metroid Prime and Echoes because I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, if Mike, or listeners challenge me, but, like, if you don't make your way towards the next objective after a while, the map will come up and beep and just go beep, 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 and it will show you it's like, this is the direction you need to be
Mm,
heading, and that's all it does. So you can get, like, lost a little bit and have fun, but the map will be like, "Do you just need a little kind of radar scope thingy or whatever?" So I feel like for me, that works really well because then it's not telling me everything, but it's also just kind of going, "You might wanna try and start coming this way," but,
yeah,
so
and
hopefully,
I think with games nowadays too, that should be a feature you can turn on and off, because
Mhm.
some people want it, some people don't, and I
Yeah.
am one of the ones that say, "Yes, please turn it on." Actually,
Yeah.
just draw the line for me to the exit. Just
Uh,
where I need yeah, just draw me the map line, and I'm gonna follow that because
you
I
know
don't
what?
it does not bug me.
Yeah, and, do you know what? Like, you talk about being able to have options, I'm still, working my way through Assassin's Creed, by the way, it's still very good, spoiler alert, but you can do an option where it shows you the way you wanna walk, like, you can turn that off or on, and it will just a white line will go for you, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I don't use it, but there you
Mm.
go. There's the option, right? You can do it or not. So, Prime Corruptions,
It's
Mike,
an A
Metroid Prime.
game for
It's an
me.
A game before Echoes or where in the
Before
A's?
Echoes, because it's not as hard as Echoes.
Okay, great. Ooh, now I really wanna play those 2. I really hope they release them.
Corruption's really
Those are
cool too
my
because it's more
yeah,
cutscenes, it's more planets, and there's less wandering. Like
yeah,
you are you're
streamlined. It's more
getting
it's
it
like
done.
yeah. And I think probably they needed to do that because if you're on multi-planets, like, you can't suddenly have to, like, go back through the maze of Metroid, games like you did in the past. Like, if this is
Yeah.
taking you to other places, you kinda need to be told, "You need to go this way, you need to now move on," and
Mhm.
all that stuff. So,
This isn't No Man's Sky.
yeah.
You can't just fly around anywhere you want.
I love No Man's Sky.
I know, but they should
Um,
do a Metroid No Man's Sky. Oh my
that
god,
would
it'd be
be so
amazing.
much a crossover. You heard
Oh,
it first.
yeah.
Metroid, let Samus show up to my planet. Let's go to Zebus. Let's go to planet Zebus. SR3. Oh, okay. Anyways, Metroid Other M, the
Mm.
total black sheep of we're getting to two games here that
A
this
weird hybrid of 3D, 2D,
yeah,
and developed by Team Ninja.
yeah. Just I mean, this is
I like
not
the
a good game.
idea of, like, playing in 2D and then being like, "No, I wanna do 3D." I mean, switches, I think that's so cool,
Mm,
but I don't think it worked for this.
no.
But I want
No,
it
and the
though, I want it to work,
I yeah, but just because you have an idea, but it didn't execute well. I
but I
mean,
want them to do
the
it again.
but the one that did that was the Paper Mario game on the Wii. That did that really well, where you
I
would go
like
from
that one.
side scrolling to head on. Like that was the
Mhm.
better version of this. But plus, like the shooting and the control and the aiming and everything was so bad. It was just it's a bad game. It's a bad
What they
game.
did right, the
I have
cutscenes and the action scenes looked really cool,
sure, but
like
I
the
don't.
cinematic parts.
Yeah, but I want to play a game.
That's
I don't want
it,
to watch a game.
that's
Um,
it.
I'm gonna put it in D. I just think it's not good. It's there's no redeeming factor for this game. I mean, I played probably about 3 hours of it. I was really excited for something new. I didn't finish it. I mean, maybe it gets better, but
For
I
sure it's
just
a D
fell off.
though. The
Yeah.
story, Samus's characterization, they made her seem weak,
Hmm.
overly submissive. She's just not how she is portrayed in other games. And so people were kind of upset with that. Like,
Yeah.
why are you making Princess Peach cry? Like,
I think it's
this
that.
is, yeah,
Yeah. I think it is that, and this is the game that gives me concern for Prime 4 Beyond, right? Because if, they have in the past really, fallen on their face, but obviously this is a different developer, so you're not comparing apples to apples, but if they can do something like Metroid Other M, they could, they could fuck it up with Prime 4 Beyond, but,
yeah.
um,
And this game does sit at the bottom of almost everybody's list.
every list, yeah, it's not good.
Some people put it in C though,
Those I mean,
because it
that's
was
because they
ambitious.
well, I don't but you can be ambitious, but the
But
execution
don't
of what
be
you're asking people to
ambitious.
play yeah, don't be ambitious. Like, the execution of what you're asking me to play, if it doesn't live up to your ambition, it's not a good game, right? Like,
Mhm.
you just need to know you had all the resources in the world to make that game work. You had Nintendo, right? Team Ninja's actually they're good, but, like, it's not a good game.
I agree, I
No.
agree, I agree. 100% D, just like our next game, Metro Prime
Straight
Federation
into D.
Force.
What the fuck were they thinking with
Samus
this?
isn't even in it.
That's so
Or she
weird.
is, but you can't even play her.
It
They're
it's
all chibi
just
style shooter people.
it's like a football game or something. It's like a soccer game, but in a turn like in this weird it's not even like a shooter. You go around and you play sports. In Metroid, you're like running around trying to get things in the back of the net. I
The
gosh.
game itself, I would say, if it just came out like pinball came out, like in the or if it just came out in the middle of like Metroid games, and fine, this is
Yeah.
cool. This is a cool secondary game. Like, okay, fun, a fun
Mhm.
multiplayer co-op, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fun. I enjoy it. It's solid. The shooting's cool. Whatever. I like
Mhm.
it. But the fact that after during a drought of Metroid, and then you release a Metroid Prime Federation Force and you can't play as Samus, and and you get these little chibi robot looking people, and or just big heads, little bodies, and I'm just the chibi troopers I call them, and then it's like how dare you
Yeah.
release a game after we've been waiting ages for a new one,
Mhm.
and you don't give it to us.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. I remember, watching I don't know if it was at an E3, but it was one of the big showcases in the summer when they announced the game, and they were like, "And the next big, game from the Metroid series." And everybody was getting so hyped, and then they started showing it, and it was just like you were like, "What the J-Lo is this game? This is so bad." Like, you even just, like, watching it show it was bad. And, look, I'm one to say, like, things might look bad and I might have, I might perceive them as not something I'm not looking forward to. But I will always try the game and,
Yeah.
have an open mind with it. And I want games to be good. I don't want a game to come out to be bad. But sometimes you watch something, you're like, this is just not going to be good. And that
Yeah.
was
It's just the
Metroid Federation
worst
Force.
possible thing to give a Metroid
Yeah,
fan during a drought. Like,
totally.
what are you doing? The game
Yeah.
itself does it's not awful. Like I said, it's not an awful game. It's
Do you
just
know what it
awful.
reminds me of? Then on Star Fox Dinosaur Planet on the GameCube.
Oh, I never played that.
So there was a game that Rare was making called Dinosaur Planet, and they were
Of
making
course
it
you would know about that.
for the Nintendo 64, and then Nintendo saw it and they were like, "Oh, actually, let's put this on the GameCube," because they were developing for that. So they started to shift it over, and then Miyamoto saw it, Shigeru Miyamoto, and he saw it and he goes, "Oh, I think this would be really good if it was a Star Fox characters." So he made retro, or they made retro, like retcon the whole game, and in like they were really far down the line of development and like retcon Star Fox into it. So it sort of feels like for me that like this game probably started life as something in that like place where Nintendo just tests gameplay ideas out, and then
Yeah.
somebody came in and were like, throw some Metroid stink on that, and then like so it just seems like it wasn't ever going to be a Metroid game, but somebody saw it and went, let's make it a Metroid thing, and it was like
All
that.
it has in
Nah,
Metroid is like the title.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. Get it out of here.
Moving right along.
Okay, so the
Number
remake,
13.
yeah, Metroid Zero. I mean,
Samus
Returns,
Returns
the remake on the
for
3DS.
3DS.
Go on, Mike. Tell me your thoughts.
I think it's a low A or a
Okay.
high B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um it's a full 2.5D, right?
Yeah.
It's a remake of Metroid 2 for the 3DS, new graphics,
Mm-hmm.
new movement, new bosses, way more detail. It
Totally.
modernizes Metroid. Story was smoother with smoother
Mm-hmm.
sorry, it's story with smoother controls, free aim, and counter moves. I
Mm-hmm.
think though the counter moves were a little bit too much because it's like you have to get them perfect in order to. It's kind of like annoying to
Yeah,
do.
it was. Yeah, the parry
You
system
feel
was pretty
forced.
tough.
You
Yeah.
feel
Oh, yeah. It
forced to
was.
time the counters over and over and over again. It just kind of
Uh-huh.
got or it kind of got repetitious. So it- it's not the best Metroid game, but it's
No.
definitely it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm so glad they did this because the concept of Metroid Prime, I mean, Metroid 2 is really cool, right? Like finding ways down the layers of this planet and like fighting more aggressive mutated Metroids as you go, like really coming across some like cool character designs and
Hmm.
coming across more Chozo lore. It's a really cool. But you're right. I think that a couple the control, once you got it down, you got the parry system down, it was cool, but then it was almost, as you say, it was like it was so baked into the actual core mechanics of the gameplay that
Hmm.
you were like, "Oh, okay, I have to do this now. I have to do this now." It didn't give you any freedom as a player to kind of go, "No, I like to play with just like missile spamming or just like being, agile and you being
Yeah.
able to dodge and stuff." This one you had no choice. Which was fine. And it didn't really bother me so much about it. I think another thing it had going against it is it came out like the same time the Switch launched, so it was like one of the last games released on the 3DS, and it got totally lost in the whole mix of people moving over to Switch and all of
Breath of
that.
the
So
Wild
yeah,
blew it away.
it did. Oh, Mike, if I could slap you right now, I would, because that was perfectly awful, and I love you for that. Um, Yeah, but I didn't have a Switch when it first came out, right? I was on my Wii U for quite some time, so I played Breath of the Wild for the first time on the Wii U. I'm one of those people.
Sounds
But so I
poor.
had I was at the time.
I'm so
Um,
mean.
you're so mean. Yeah, I wasn't
I
spending
was
like
too. I was
crazy.
just in debt.
Um, it, so I like had my 3DS and I got Metroid, the day it came out. So for me, it was a lot of, like, comfort food going back to
Mhm.
a thing that I because
It's a good game.
I didn't play the Prime series until later. So this, this sits nostalgically in an A for me,
No, it's
but I would
definitely an A.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
definitely A or a B, like I said.
yeah, I'll put it as a low A. I'll put it as a low A. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'm happy with
I
that.
might wanna go back and play that. That's fun. It's such a good game. Yeah.
It's a good game. It's a good game. It makes Metroid 2 fun.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
So, but the only thing is I think people complain that it was the 3D parts. It's hard. The visuals were hard to read on such a small screen.
Mhm.
There was just a lot of things that I was like, "Oh, it was good," but I was like, I can't see that," or
Yeah,
something.
and, they were moving in the direction of getting, like, making Samus giving her more move sets and stuff, but it was kind of hard to use on the small system, and I had a new 3DS XL, but there were, like, certain, like, button combinations you had to use with your hands to, like,
Mhm.
hold down L to then, like, use the 3D, the what's the nubbin? I don't know what it was called, but the 3D stick or whatever, because
The
they
old
called it
school
the
laptop mouse
joypad. No, they
mover.
called it a joypad. They not a joystick. They called it a joypad because it was flat on the 3DS or something. But you had to hold like it was just weird, finger movements that just made it
Yeah.
hard to kind of master. So yeah, it was an uncomfortable game to play, but
Okay,
really cool.
now the
Metroid
last game in our
Dread.
series. Wait, there's more. Why are there more games after this?
Because they're still Prime Remastered and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond that were on this list, so
Me Remaster's the same though. So
I
you can
know.
put that where it belongs.
Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put it above it just because the graphics are better.
It's better.
And then okay, so Metroid Dread,
Okay, so Dread came out when there was
the OLED, the Switch
yes, the
OLED came
OLED.
out.
I felt like there was a Metroid drought as well because well, I guess not because of the Samus Returns, but like not a new original Metroid game
Yeah.
in a while. And when Dread came out, I should have brought it out. It's right here. It's actually propped. My laptop's propped on top of it. It's the collector's edition box,
Cool.
and I have the amiibos and everything. I don't know.
Mhm.
This game, for some reason, just kind of like took me, and I didn't leave my room for days. It was the perfect it's one of the perfect games, one of the most perfect games 2D games I've ever played. I
Yes.
love it. I love it so much.
Mhm.
Metroid 5, basically. It's a
Yep.
brand new 2D game on Switch, set
Yep.
after Fusion. Samus
Mhm.
lands on planet ZDR and is hunted by robot Emmys, which are
Oh,
freaking terrifying.
so good.
The way I screamed every time I was running from like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah. Just it, I remember when this got revealed and actually they showed Metroid 5 on the screen as the reveal. It was one of those I was like, "Oh, yes, this is fucking sick." And, they a whole new adventure. They weren't remaking anything again, right? It was finally a whole new game that we hadn't been able to play. And
mhm.
as you say, it came at the drought period, right? We really needed a 2D Metroid. It it it's just so good. Samus moves so well. They got
And it
her
was so
movement down.
unexpected as well.
Uh-huh.
It was like a not shadow, but it
It was
just
quick.
all of a sudden was like, "Next month." I was like, "What?" I
Yeah,
was
I
so
think
excited.
it was something like that. It was like a 3-month turnaround from
Yeah, it
announcement to
was so
release. It
quick.
was yeah, so good.
And on day 1, I got there and I got the last collector's box at the
Nice.
GameStop store.
Yeah. And I'm really glad because I, got the OLED and this game, and this game pops off on the OLED. It
So
looks
good.
so delicious.
Delish.
It's just phenomenal. I mean, this game is so lit. It's it's incredible, and I think I love that they made it really hard. It's a really hard game. I that last
It
boss
is,
battle is
but
so tough.
this is one of the games that I think I played and beat without any external help. I think
Mhm,
I was able to do it. And that kind of speaks to the game because I think this game, one of the complaints is it's more linear
mhm,
than it first appears.
uh-huh, okay.
It's like deceiving. It's like
Mhm.
catfishing you a little bit. But that's probably why I was so good at it. As
Right,
and not to
okay.
discount me or anything in my ability to play games. I like a good linear game.
Yeah,
Um, a few people don't like the one hit kill Emmys, sections
sure.
where you parry and then
Yeah.
kill it, but I was like, "No, I'm just No, I'm
I'm good
glad. Get
to
that
it.
thing away from me 'cause I
Yeah.
so the amount of times I was running away from them and trying to hide, like, it was yeah, the one I was like, "Thank you, that's done. Save."
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
yeah, the Emmy challenges were frightening, and they were also fun, and they
it
were
earned its name
scary.
Dread.
It really did, it really did. That underwater Emmy section, oh, it was the worst,
I
that was
wanna
the
play it again
hardest.
now.
I do too, but it was but you're right, I think the game, it was hard, but it was one of those games that it wasn't so Souls-like that, like, you had to, like, spend
Mm,
hours and hours to get good. It's like, no, you just needed to die a few times, and dying was part of your learning process, and it
yeah,
really felt like you were learning each time you were dying. And the same thing is applied to the boss battles or like the mini boss battles. Like there was a 3 phase for each of the bosses. It was gonna be hard, and it asked you to be quick and use your abilities as you were going through and really lean into
mhm,
them. But then, you would definitely die during some of it. You were gonna die during boss battles, but then you learned a phase, you learned another phase, and then you finally got to the third phase, and it was knuckle,
mhm.
tense, and it just made you feel like you really learned to play the game. It's it's
Yeah,
it's
the boss
amazing.
fights are flashy and tough, but
Yeah.
like you said, once you learn the patterns, it's so satisfying. I
Yeah.
was gonna say it has the best movement in the
Yeah.
series. It feels fast, smooth, very
Mhm.
responsive from sliding and wall jumping and
Yeah.
just feels so good.
And do you remember some of those, like, graphical detail touches of, like, when Samus would, like, hold onto a wall, but it would be, like, slightly different because there was, like,
She'd
different
do it
go
like
back and
this, and then
y
she'd do it like this.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, well, no, she kinda would. She would go and put her hand up against the wall, and then she'd go under, right? She
Oh,
does
you're
this
right.
yeah, so she was
They were a
almost
little
like
different.
yeah.
It's those little things that make it feel real, like it's a real world.
Yes.
That you like,
It
let me just get
does.
in there. Like she's a
Totally.
real person on your TV, like it's Toy Story. She's gonna come alive
Mhm.
later when you
And
turn
then
it
the
off.
story in this one totally slaps. Like, it just
Mhm.
it really brings a lot of things together from the lore in a cool way. And in just the smart way that they allowed Samus to speak in the game is just amazing. It's so good how that happened. You remember
They
how
did it right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I also
with
like the cinematics parts where you're, like, walking across the bridge or something, and it just comes out, and you see this
zooms out really
massive
far.
planet you're on,
Yeah, yeah, it's
and you're
so
like,
good.
"Oh my god," and then I thought it was gonna turn into something else for some reason, but then it just went back to where it was, but I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh my god, this is so, like, desolate," and I love it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. I think everybody should definitely play it. It sounds like we're putting this one straight into S tier.
Yes, S tier
Yeah?
100%,
Okay.
and I would
And where would
say
you put it?
it's my top 3 for sure. I put it above Prime.
You yeah, me too,
Put
I
it
would
before
too.
Prime.
Yeah.
So Dread is like a modern Super Metroid. Same basic idea, but with
Yeah.
super smooth controls, mean
Yep.
bosses, and a bit of horror sprinkled in.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I think it takes all the great elements from 2D side-scrolling Metroids that we want, and
Mhm.
then just, like, expands on them with its own, like, bit of, taking the story further. You talked about it being a bit more linear as some of the things that some people don't like about it, but actually one of the yes, that's absolutely true. But there's also the designers of the game deliberately built in like ways for people to sequence break the games, and that's one of the magic things about Metroid, right? Like of the original, like go back to the first Metroid. People figured out how you could get certain items really early on that you
Mhm.
shouldn't get, that they weren't like technically allowed to get, but like you know, before you could patch games and change them, like that was just that was just a side effect of it. So there's, all these wonderful communities who know how to go through and like, get double jump really quick or high jump or get the various suit or whatever super fast and completely make the game broken.
Mhm.
But the developers of Metroid Dread built that in because they knew people would want a sequence break. So they're fine with it and they wanted you to figure that out. So there's ways to get like some really powerful stuff at the very start of the game. If you know what you're doing, and then you
Yeah,
can take that in and have fun with it. So I just love it when they do stuff like that. So yeah, cool. Really cool.
it's a great game. Where are we gonna
Um
put Metroid Prime 4 Beyond?
Beyond I think let's put it in the center for now. Let's give it a B for Beyond just because we don't know.
I know
We've
it's
got to
gonna
play
be
it.
I know it's gonna be S.
You think it's going to be S?
I know it's gonna be S.
If
We're in a
I
drought.
mean,
We are in
w
a
we are
drought.
in a drought. You think it's gonna be
So
I don't think it's gonna
anything
be
is gonna
S.
be good. Like, I would take a freaking Federation Force at this point.
I'll take you halfway. I'll put you
We'll
an A
do
then.
A.
Um, I I have faith it's gonna be a fun game to play. I have faith I'm gonna enjoy playing it. Um, I One of the things that I've really loved about starting the podcast with you, Mike, and then also like writing reviews and stuff is it's helping me be more critical of games and like like in a holistic way. So like, yes, having the fun joy of playing something that I know I'm gonna love, but also coming at it from like, but is it, does it deserve all the flowers it's getting? So I'm really curious to see how this shakes out from that
I
perspective.
hope it's
So
good.
yeah.
I mean, despite the companion sidekick things, the reviews are overwhelmingly positive for that first playthrough.
Yeah, totally.
And, for the first 2 hours they had to play with or
Hmm.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy, and I like
Hmm.
scanning looks cool, um, psychic abilities, she's gonna turn into the Phoenix from Jean Grey, it's gonna be amazing, I love it. She's gonna set that world on fire.
Yeah, all the signs point to this is gonna be great. And all the people that I kind of align with their types of styles of games that they like are all saying as you say, well, positive things. And so yeah, 1 week we have. By the time this episode's out, we're just going to be waiting 1 week to play it. So well, there we go. That is our rankings. Do you want to do the honors, Mike, and just read them out for the listeners where
Oh,
we got to?
lord. Yes. S tier, S tier.
No,
We
do D,
have
do up to S, do
oh,
D up
oh,
to
oh,
S.
oh,
Yeah,
oh.
always start with a D.
So tiny.
Yeah.
In the D tier from my memory, we have I can't read it, I'm
Oh, I
sorry.
can do it. I'll do it then, Mike.
Yeah,
I'll do
because
it.
I it's
Okay.
too small.
Okay, sorry. So D tier, we've got Metroid Pinball, Metroid Other M, and Federation Force. C tier, bringing in Metroid 2, Samus Returns, and Metroid Prime Hunters. B tier, the one that started it all in the NES, Metroid. A tier, Zero Mission, Prime 3 Corruption, Prime Echoes, Samus Returns, the remake on the 3DS, and then the assumption that Prime 4 Beyond is going to be A tier, possibly S tier, but we'll come back and revisit this. And then locked in the S tier, Super Metroid, Metroid Dread, Metroid Prime Remastered, and Metroid Fusion. That's a, I want to go back and play all these games now. Like just
Now,
talking about it
though,
makes me want to play.
it's important that we only have a top 3.
Oh no. Okay.
So, what are your top
Oh.
3?
Oh, then I would just do the ones that are there.
You're putting
Metroid,
Fusion
Super
down?
Metroid. Yeah,
I
I
did
would
say
put
Fusion's a
yeah,
low S and a high
yeah.
A, so yeah.
My top 3 would be Super Metroid, Metroid Dread, and Metroid Prime. And, Super Metroid, always my number 1, and then Dread and Prime, I could shift anywhere in there. So,
For
yeah. What
me,
about you?
Dread is my number 1.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
just
It's
love
really
it.
good. It's a really good game. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Well, that is our, ranking of all of the Metroid games, including the ones
The
from
the one we
Pinball,
have
Other M, and
Pinball and the one we
Federation
haven't
Force.
played yet.
Oh gosh, yeah, oh gosh, I love Metroid so much. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to go put some dinner in the oven, and I'm just going to mess around with a little bit of Metroid. I think that's just going to be a nice way to chill out this evening. Loving it.
That would be nice.
Yeah. What about you, listeners? What did you think to that ranking? What is your favorite Metroid? What's your favorite one in the series? Let us know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to Metroid Prime 4? Is it going to be S tier? Is it going to be A tier? Maybe it'll be D tier. Who knows? I'm
Better
joking.
not.
It's going to be amazing. But yeah, I hope you're hyped just like we are for Metroid and all things Metroid. So let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to send in any questions for us to talk about on future episodes coming up, you can send those emails to gamers at outofsyncgaming.co.uk. That is gamers at outofsyncgaming.co.uk. Start thinking about your game of the year list because we want you to send in the games that you've played this year that you absolutely love. And they could come from anytime, any year, whenever. It doesn't have to be this year. Start sending in your list of games that you've loved that you have been reflecting on and that made your 2025 awesome. And we'll read those out on an upcoming episode when we do our game of the year discussions. Where can people find us on socials, Mike?
You can always find us on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Discord. All you gotta type is Out of Sync Gaming.
Awesome. Yeah, come join us on those different communities. We're growing some followers on all those different platforms, so thanks for sticking around. We love seeing those numbers grow and having you there.
And always on YouTube, like and subscribe if
Uh,
you enjoyed this video and for more content like this.
100%. Yeah, well said, Mike. Yeah, hit the like and the subscribe button, leave some comments, and share this with your friends. Have you got some friends that want to hear a bunch of yahoos talk about games they like?
Yahoos.
Send them over. Yeah, send them our way. We love more people coming in.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't
and
care
I
if you like, you can be critical too. Like, fine, make us better.
Yeah. Yeah. Give some feedback. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, games you want us to talk about. Yeah, loving it. So I think that's probably about everything for this episode, Mike. Yeah, as we said, we've got some more stuff coming down the line. So next week we're going to be coming in hot with our immediate reactions to however many hours we can play of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
I'm gonna beat it.
Um, Gonna beat it. Yeah, I'm attending some games conferences where I'm gonna talk to some developers about some of the stuff that they're making and get excited because in the new year we're gonna be bringing some of those developers on to tell us about how they make their games and give us some insight to that process. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And then as we work our way towards the end of the year, we will have a full spoiler cast for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and then we will start talking about our prediction for game of the year winners, our games of the year, and then our memories of gaming around the holiday season. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. I'm excited.
It's the most wonderful
Whoa, DMZ. Well, they're
time.
taken down. You can't sing it, Mike.
Oh,
It is the most
of the
wonderful to the year of the
queers
queers. It's exactly it. All right. Well, I
or
guess that's
for
about
the
it.
queers.
Everything for, for this episode. So until next time, remember,
Play what you want to.
there you go, Mike. Let's
Till
try it
next
one more
time.
time. Up until next time.
Play what you want to.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Go play some Metroid.
Yes.